Welcome to the C.U.S.S Empire. C.U.S.S stands for the Commonwealth of the United Scandinavian States. This empire comprises the major land areas of Canada, the United States, Scandinavia, and Europe, with capitals in the east and the west. The eastern capital is located in Vienna, Austria, while the western capital is located in Montreal, Quebec. Seen here is the flag of the C.U.S.S Empire. It comprises the capital city flag of Vienna with the Austrian coat of arms in the middle, and has images from the Montreal capital city flag in the four corners. In the upper left-hand corner is the fleur-de-lis, which represents the French House of Bourbon. The red rose of the English House of Lancaster can be seen in the upper right corner, and on the bottom is the thistle of Scotland and the shamrock of Ireland. The C.U.S.S Empire did not grow from military conquest. It began as small republics based around the capital cities of Vienna and Montreal. The growth of the empire was achieved through innovation, free thought, diversity, and the potential for cultural identity. The Supreme Minister of Cultural Affairs was Mrs. McFisher. The partnerships in the C.U.S.S Empire have developed into a syndicate for business, creativity, commerce, and education. In order for the member states to gain access to additional resources, each state must follow the lead of both Vienna and Montreal. We have a military that is comprised of the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard, and our military is used primarily to defend our empire. We offer military protection for countries such as Panama, Costa Rica, and the Caribbean islands that do not have standing armies. Cooperation between the eastern and western part of the empire exists to provide strong security against internal and external terrorist threats. Our government center is based in Montreal, Quebec, and Vienna, Austria. It combines a constitutional monarchy with a federal republic and parliamentary democracy. Mrs. McFisher serves as the president in the eastern part of the empire at Vienna, Austria, and has a chancellor below her. There is a two-house legislature in both Montreal and Quebec. In Montreal, the lieutenant governor represents Queen Elizabeth II of England. Major languages in our empire include French and English in the west and German in the east. The Canadian and U.S. dollar, euro, and pound are used as currencies. The C.U.S.S Empire Supreme Court systems are located in Washington, D.C. and London, England. Each member country has their own state courts for smaller crimes, but larger crimes such as espionage, treason, and terrorism are tried in the courts at D.C. and London. There is no death penalty, but life sentences are served in Greenland at Nook facility in an open prison system. Once someone has been sentenced to life in prison, they may not return from Nook, Greenland. Here's a picture of Nook Prison in Greenland. It is located on the southwestern side of the island. The open prison system here is based on courtesy and respect. Inmates are provided with their own keys. They can go to school and work, but must return in the evening. They may take walks and participate in outdoor activities. There is, however, regular alcohol and drug testing and counseling. No weapons and no Wi-Fi are provided to the prisoners here at Nook. Prisoners are exposed to the arts and are given opportunities to paint, sculpt, write, act, and make movies while serving their life sentence at Nook Prison. Here is a picture of the international currency that can be used anywhere in the empire. It is a combination of the pound, the euro, and the Canadian and U.S. dollars. It can be used in all areas, and the value always equals the strongest currency at the time. Currently, in 2017, the PED is worth the value of the British pound. We have many structures in the empire that display power and luxury. Here are a few in the capital city of Vienna, Austria. Up here in the left corner is Belvedere Palace, which serves as our seat of government. The Opera House is our cultural center. The Haas House provides residences to people in the city and is right across the street from the old St. Stephen's Cathedral, which serves as our religious center. In the bottom middle portion of the picture is the modern engineering marvel called the gasometer, and it serves as our technology center. In Montreal, we also have many structures that display power and luxury. City Hall is the seat of the government. The Olympic Stadium serves as the athletic center. St. Joseph's Oratory is the religious center, and the Montreal Opera House serves as the cultural center. There is an abundance of creativity in the arts and learning in both the Eastern and Western C.U.S.S Empire. Top universities in the eastern part of the empire include Oxford, which is the oldest English-speaking university, has over 100 libraries, has produced 120 Olympic medalists, 26 Nobel Prize winners, 7 poet laureates, and over 30 world leaders. Cambridge University is the second oldest university in the English-speaking world and has produced 92 Nobel Prize winners. The Karolinska Institute in Sweden is one of the largest and most prestigious medical universities in the world, known for training and research. Classes are taught in both Swedish and English. Some of the museums include the Louvre in Paris, France, the Prado in Spain, the Vatican Museums in Rome, and the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam. Famous artworks that can be seen include the Mona Lisa, Venus de Milo and Winged Victory in the Louvre, Velázquez's Las Meninas, Bosch's Garden of Earthly Delights, and Goya's 3rd of May in the Prado. In the Vatican Museums, one can see Raphael's School of Athens and Michelangelo's beautiful Sistine Chapel ceiling. And in the Rijksmuseum, Rembrandt's Night Watch, Vermeer's Milkmaid, and Van Gogh's self-portrait are a must-see. Here you can see Oxford University at the top and the Louvre Museum at the bottom. In the Western C.U.S.S Empire, top universities include Princeton, MIT, and McGill. And museums include the Met in New York City, the National Gallery in Washington, D.C., and the Museum of Fine Arts in Montreal. Princeton has produced 41 Nobel laureates, 209 Rhodes Scholars, 8 U.S. Secretaries of State. Massachusetts Institute of Technology is a top engineering research university in our empire and has produced 34 astronauts. And the MIT alumni make up the 11th largest entrepreneurial economy in the world. In Montreal, which has recently been renamed McFisher-U, the 5 largest faculties include the arts, sciences, medicine, engineering, and management. If you travel to the Met, you can see Jean-Jacques David's Death of Socrates, Mary Cassatt's Young Mother Sewing, and El Greco's View of Toledo. The National Gallery in D.C. holds Da Vinci's Ginevra de' Benci, Monet's Japanese Footbridge, and David's Napoleon. Rembrandt's self-portrait, The Beautiful Pavilion for Peace, and Matisse's Seated Woman can be seen at the Museum of Fine Arts in Montreal. At the top, you can see a picture of McFisher University at night. And in the bottom right, the exterior of the National Gallery in Washington, D.C., and the interior of the modern art area of the National Gallery in D.C. Most of the products we need and use are produced in the C.U.S.S Empire. We do not rely on oil from the Middle East, as our two trading partners, Japan and Brazil, export oil into our empire. We also produce our own oil and are constantly developing new and clean energy options. One of our biggest allies is Panama, who gives our empire access to trade through the Panama Canal in exchange for military protection. Panama does not currently have a standing army, so it is an excellent cooperation between our empire and this area of the world. We trade by air, rail, and ship, and we have control over many of the waters of the world: the North Atlantic, Gulf of Mexico, North and Baltic Seas, the Mediterranean and Aegean Seas, and the strategic Bosporus Strait, which connects us further east to areas such as China and India. We export aircraft, spacecraft, vehicles, machinery, medical supplies, and agricultural products to our trading partners. Two contemporary issues that we face today include democracy and international law and security. One of our core values and principles of the C.U.S.S Empire is for all areas to establish a democratic form of government. We encourage freedom of the press, freedom of speech, the right to assemble, and freedom of all people to vote. With our international law and security, it is imperative that the C.U.S.S Empire make sure that there is peace and security, human rights and freedom, and economic and social development with all areas of the empire. Harsh economic sanctions will be imposed on any state or country within or outside our empire that engages in genocide, race, sex, age, or disability discrimination, or terrorism. Violators of international law won't be tried in D.C. or in London, but will be taken to the Hague World Court in the Netherlands. The legacies of the C.U.S.S Empire include culture, arts and learning, educational opportunity, and diversity. Diversity is a focal point of the C.U.S.S Empire. People of all races and religious backgrounds may come and go as they please. Citizenship is based on birth in the empire or a simple citizenship exam for immigrants who have lived in the C.U.S.S Empire for 5 years. Citizens are educated for a minimum of 16 years, grades K through 10, and have the choice to attend college or enter the workforce. Disruptive students are sent to Greenland at a separate facility near Nook Prison. If students don't hold a C average, which is considered proficiency, at the end of 8th grade, they must attend a vocational school. Tuition to universities is based on a combination of good grades, service to school and community, character, and work ethic. The legacies of the C.U.S.S Empire are many, and hopefully it will survive for many years to come.